Recently, a coach called, said that he had over 40 shooters on his team, and it was going to be necessary for him to move his dry-fire software to a different computer, and wanted to know what was the proper way to do that so that he didn't lose any information from all of the shooters that he had put into the system. So I'm going to make this a two-part operation. First of all, I'm going to show you the folder that you need to transfer from your older computer to the newer computer. And we're going to put that on a USB thumb drive. And after that's done, then we're going to go ahead and go to the new computer, where we're going to go ahead and move that folder in so that all of the data from your old computer that pertains to the uniqueness of the way your system works will be on that second computer. All right. The only other thing that I'm going to mention is that the data path in version 7 of Windows and version 8 is different than the data path in XP. I'm going to be demonstrating on a Windows 7, and if you have an XP machine, pay attention as we get to the end, and I'll show you the proper data path. Do the same basic things in XP. All right, let's begin then by going into the Start button. Let's go to Computer, and then let's click on the C drive. And then in the folders that open, I'm going to want to double click on Program Data folder. And then under that, I'm going to want to look for the dry-fire folder. And this is what I want to transfer to the F drive. I've already got my USB drive plugged in and it's identified as the F drive. So now I'm going to go ahead and do a right click on dry-fire. I'm going to come down and left click on copy. Then I'm going to go to the F drive and do a right click and a paste. Now as we do this, notice up here that this is a fairly large file. 652 megabyte. May not be that big on your computer. It might be bigger because it's all of the unique data that makes your dry-fire system work like the way you want your dry-fire system to work. So make sure before you're ready to do the transfer that you come in and find out how large this file is, so that whatever you're going to use for an intermediate drive to move it from one computer to the other is large enough. All right, now I'm going to pause for a moment here until it gets closer to the end. All right, the copying of the data from the dry-fire folder to the F drive is just about complete. And now it's complete. So let's go over here and look at the F drive and see if that's really the case. Double click on it. And here's the dry-fire folder that we copied over here. If I were to do a right click on that and then go and click on left click on properties, I would find out that this folder, or that the size of this file is about 652 megabytes. All right, so that completes what you have to do on the original computer. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take that thumb drive with all of that data over to your new computer. And the first thing that you're going to want to do on your new computer is put in your dry-fire CD, and you're going to want to load the program just like you did when you first got your dry-fire system. Now, after that new computer has the dry-fire program on it, you're going to want to go ahead and go into that software and get back to something like where I am right now. And then I'm going to suggest that you go up to Help, and you come down and you click on Check for Update. And you'll find out then whether that CD that you just loaded in your new computer is the latest and greatest, or whether there are versions that are newer. If it indicates that there are newer ones available, then go ahead and say yes, you want to download them and go through the process. And by the time you get to that point, now you've got the latest and greatest dry-fire software on your new computer. Now the only thing that we have to do at this point now is take that USB drive, plug it into your new computer, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to rename the current dry-fire folder that is there because the system was just recently loaded, and that'll be full of default information. And then after we rename it, then we're going to go ahead and transfer the dry-fire folder from your older machine onto your new computer. So here we go. Let's come down and click on the Start button. We're going to come up and click on Computer. Then we're going to go ahead and click on the C drive. Then we're going to double click on the Program Data folder. And then we're going to come down here and do a right click on the DryFire folder. And then we're going to come down here and left click on Rename. And I would suggest you just simply put the number 1 after that. And when you click, it'll be there, but it'll be DryFire 1. Now all we have to do is move the old file, which is over here on the F drive. We need to move that into the Program Data folder. So I'm going to go ahead and do a right click on that folder. I'm going to do a copy. And then I'm going to back up one step up here. And I'm going to back up one more step to the Program Data folder. And I'm now going to do a right click and I'm going to do a paste. And now it's going to take quite a while we transfer all of the data off of your USB drive into your new computer. So let's pause for a moment. And it's just about done. So here we are back again. You can see that we're down to 5 seconds. And now the transfer has been completed. Now let's go in and prove that it really is. Double click on Program Data. And now we come down here and we see that we have a folder called DryFire and a folder called DryFire 1. DryFire is the information folder that you have transferred from your older machine to the new machine. And so now if you work your way back on out and start your DryFire system up again, this new computer is going to operate your DryFire system just like the old computer did. Now I'm going to suggest that sometime later on, after you're satisfied that everything is working right, come back in here and go ahead and take this DryFire 1 folder and delete it from this Program Data file. And finally, I promised to show you the data path for an XP computer. And so here it is on the screen. It is C:\/ Documents and Settings / All Users / Application Data / DryFire. So that's your data path for the XP machine, where the path in the Windows 7 and Windows 8 was C:\/ Program Data / DryFire. Well, I hope that helped you.